So as we begin word problems applying the right triangle trig ratios, we need to become familiar with some vocabulary, and that's angle of elevation and angle of depression. So these two angles are actually very similar to each other. Not just similar, they're actually congruent to each other. Right? Okay, so let's say in this picture we have a dog. Okay, now what we're going to say is that if we were to just stand as we are and look straight out, okay, that creates this horizontal line of sight. Okay, and that line of sight is at eye level. So you'll see in an example, when we find the height of something, if we are told what the eye level is, we then will have to take into account that height. Okay. Alright, so here's our horizontal line of sight, and let's say this dog sees a bird up in the tree. Okay, there is an angle of elevation from the ground to where the dog is looking at the bird. So you can see how the angle is created here. Okay, so from the original horizontal line of sight, you look up and you see the bird in the tree. Now, so elevation, think up, like an elevator going up, right? All right, so then we have this bird in the tree. Now this bird, if it were to look straight out, has its horizontal eye level as well, or horizontal line of sight, okay? These two horizontal lines are parallel. Now, this bird then needs to look down to see the dog that's looking up at it, right? So from your horizontal line of sight, the bird then looks down and sees the dog. This is called the angle of depression. Okay, think like depression, you're feeling down, you're looking down. Now, the angle of depression is actually congruent to the angle of elevation because the horizontal lines of sight are parallel to each other. So these are alternate interior angles. So an angle of depression is congruent to the angle of elevation.